So those of you that are novice plumbers and you're looking at doing some of the trades, I remember when I first started, I was a little intimidated by the Sloan commercial products like you see here. Now this is an older one. These buildings aren't kept up as they should be, but again, we're just maintenance trying to keep things working properly. So as you can see, what this toilet was doing, it was running nonstop and the handle was basically useless. And a lot of the time, it's just the working parts on the inside of these. So as you can see here, I'm replacing what's called the flush valve. And this is made for these particular toilets, usually about 3.5 gallons per flush. And you notice me putting the little cap on top. Once you put the flush valve back inside, that keeps everything good and tight in there. So before I replace the lid on the flush valve, I'm going to replace the handle, which is basically inoperational at this time, as you can see here. Now some of you expert plumbers out there will say, well, you should be using channel locks that don't have grooves in it. Yes, technically you should, because if you're using somebody's property, you don't want to scratch up and ding and damage their stainless steel. But in this case, I'm not too worried about it. You can look at the condition of this toilet. We're just trying to get it to where it's in working condition. So this here is the replacement handle. You'll have to take the sleeve that was there before, as you can see me putting on, which is how you tighten it to the actual portion where the handle goes. So this probably isn't necessary from what I understand about Sloan products, but I always put a little bit of Teflon tape. It's just something I've done for years doing plumbing. I just feel more comfortable with it. Some guys are prone or love to use the paste. I am a tape guy. For whatever reason, the paste just gives me the blues sometimes. But anyway, once you put the tape in, you want to make sure you wrap it in the direction that you're turning so you don't undo the tape that you just put on. And then you just want to tighten it by hand so you don't cross thread it. And once you know you've got it on, then you can tighten it the rest of the way with your pliers here. Again, just a little bit beyond hand tight, so make sure you don't have any leaks. So before, you didn't see it in the video, but when I came in here to work on this and I hit the handle, that thing, you could clearly tell it wasn't doing anything. So now that I have everything together, I'm going to put this tight cap back on. I'm going to tighten it as well, also just a little bit beyond hand tight. Well, actually a little bit more than beyond hand tight, as you can see. And then once that's done, so at this point what you're seeing me doing is I am very slowly opening the water valve. Now that I have the water back on, you'll need a flathead screwdriver to do this. And then once you open it, you can see that I'm very slowly, I'm adjusting it because I don't want the water being too strong, but just enough to where it's flushing into the contents what's in it. And you'll see eventually I get to where I want it. And then another thing that I tend to do, even though the custodians don't do it to my standards, I always try to clean up whatever mess I made. If you look at this toilet here, you can see it's been kind of ignored for some times. But bottom line is we got it up and running. Toilet's not running constantly, because when I walked in here, the toilet was just like somebody was constantly flushing. It would not shut off. So now we have the new handle on, we have the new flush valve inside, so now I'm just cleaning up my materials, putting my cap back on to where you turn the water supply